Welcome to our exploration of brain behavior relationships. Have you ever wondered why you react a certain way in stressful situations, or why some people are naturally more optimistic? The answers lie deep within the intricate connections between our brains and our behaviors. In this video, we'll journey through the fascinating science that explains how our thoughts, emotions, and actions are all tied to the neural networks inside our heads. Let's begin by understanding what we mean when we talk about the relationship between the brain and behavior. Behavior refers to the actions or reactions of an individual in response to external or internal stimuli. It includes everything from simple reflexes, like pulling your hand away from a hot surface, to complex social interactions, such as making friends or solving problems. Our behaviors are shaped by a combination of our biology, environment, and experiences. Understanding behavior is the first step in uncovering how the brain influences everything we do. Human brain is a complex organ made up of billions of neurons, each forming connections called synapses. It's divided into different regions, each responsible for specific functions. For example, the frontal lobe helps with decision-making, while the occipital lobe processes visual information. These structures work together to create the foundation for all our behaviors, from basic movements to advanced reasoning. Neurons are the basic building blocks of the brain. They communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals. Synapses are the tiny gaps where this communication happens. When you learn something new or form a memory, your brain creates new connections between neurons. These connections are the foundation for all behaviors, from learning to ride a bike to feeling happy or sad. Neurotransmitters are chemicals that help transmit signals between neurons. Different neurotransmitters have different effects on behavior. For example, dopamine is linked to pleasure and motivation, while serotonin affects mood and emotion. Imbalances in these chemicals can lead to changes in behavior, such as depression or anxiety. Understanding neurotransmitters helps us see how the brain's chemistry shapes our actions and feelings. Frontal lobe is crucial for higher-level thinking, planning, and self-control. It helps us make decisions, solve problems, and regulate our impulses. When the frontal lobe is damaged, people may struggle with organizing their thoughts or controlling their actions. This region of the brain is essential for behaviors that require careful thought and planning. Limbic system is a group of brain structures involved in emotion, motivation, and memory. It includes the amygdala, which processes fear and pleasure, and the hippocampus, which helps form new memories. The limbic system plays a key role in how we react emotionally to situations and how we remember important events. Amygdala is a small, almond-shaped structure deep in the brain. It's responsible for processing emotions like fear and anger. When you encounter something threatening, the amygdala triggers a quick response, preparing your body to react. This is why you might feel your heart race or your muscles tense up in scary situations. The amygdala's influence on behavior is especially strong in emotional and survival-related responses. Hippocampus is vital for forming new memories and connecting them to emotions. When you learn a new skill or remember a special moment, the hippocampus is at work. Damage to this area can lead to memory loss or difficulty learning new things. The hippocampus helps us use past experiences to guide our future behaviors. Cerebellum is located at the back of the brain and is responsible for coordination and balance. It helps you move smoothly and maintain posture. When you ride a bike or play a sport, your cerebellum is hard at work. It also plays a role in learning motor skills and adapting to new movements, making it essential for many everyday behaviors. Brain plasticity or neuroplasticity refers to the brain's ability to change and adapt throughout life. When you learn something new or recover from an injury, your brain forms new connections. This flexibility allows us to develop new skills, change habits, and even recover lost functions. Brain plasticity is a key reason why our behaviors can evolve over time. Our genes play a significant role in shaping our behaviors. Some traits like temperament or risk-taking are influenced by the DNA we inherit from our parents. However, genes interact with our environment, meaning that experiences can modify how genetic tendencies are expressed. This interplay between genetics and environment is crucial for understanding why people behave differently. Environment we grow up in has a profound effect on our behavior. Family, culture, education, and life experiences all shape how our brains develop and how we act. For example, supportive environments can foster resilience, while stressful environments may increase anxiety. The brain is constantly responding to the world around us, adapting our behaviors accordingly. Learning is the process by which we acquire new behaviors or modify existing ones. The brain changes physically as we learn, creating new neural pathways. Whether it's learning to play an instrument or adapting to a new job, these changes in the brain are reflected in our actions. The more we practice, the stronger these connections become, making behaviors easier over time. Emotions are powerful drivers of behavior. When we feel happy, sad, or angry, our brains release chemicals that influence how we act. For instance, fear can trigger a fight-or-flight response, while happiness can encourage social interaction. The brain's emotional centers work closely with areas responsible for decision-making, showing just how interconnected our feelings and actions are. Stress affects the brain in many ways, often leading to changes in behavior. When we're stressed, the brain releases hormones like cortisol, which prepare the body to respond to challenges. Chronic stress can impact memory, decision-making, and emotional control. Understanding how stress shapes our actions can help us develop healthier coping strategies. Brain's reward system motivates us to seek out pleasurable experiences. When we do something enjoyable like eating good food or achieving a goal, the brain releases dopamine, making us feel good. This system reinforces behaviors that are beneficial, but can also contribute to unhealthy habits if not balanced. The reward system is a key player in shaping our daily choices. Decision-making involves weighing options and predicting outcomes. The prefrontal cortex, part of the frontal lobe, is heavily involved in this process. It helps us consider consequences and make choices that align with our goals. Emotions, memories, and social influences all play a role in how we decide, showing the complexity of brain-behavior interactions. Impulse control is the ability to resist immediate temptations in favor of long-term goals. The brain's frontal regions help us pause and think before acting. When these areas are underdeveloped or impaired, impulsive behaviors can increase. Good impulse control is linked to better decision-making and healthier habits. Humans are social creatures and our brains are wired for interaction. Areas like the prefrontal cortex and limbic system help us understand social cues, empathize with others, and build relationships. Social experiences shape our brains, influencing how we communicate, cooperate, and form bonds. Mirror neurons are special brain cells that activate both when we perform an action and when we see someone else do it. They help us understand others' intentions and learn through imitation. Mirror neurons are thought to play a role in empathy, social learning, and even language development. Our memories guide our behaviors by helping us recall past experiences and avoid repeating mistakes. The brain stores different types of memories in various regions, such as the hippocampus for long-term memory. When we face new situations, our brains draw on these memories to inform our actions. Habits are automatic behaviors formed through repetition. The basal ganglia, a group of structures deep in the brain, help turn repeated actions into habits. Once a behavior becomes a habit, it requires less conscious effort, freeing up mental resources for other tasks. This process explains why breaking bad habits can be so challenging. Sleep is essential for healthy brain function and behavior. During sleep, the brain consolidates memories, clears toxins, and restores energy. Lack of sleep can lead to irritability, poor decision-making, and reduced self-control. Prioritizing good sleep habits supports better behavior and mental health. Attention is the ability to concentrate on specific information while ignoring distractions. The brain's prefrontal cortex and parietal lobes work together to maintain focus. Good attention skills are crucial for learning, working, and achieving goals. Distractions can disrupt these processes, leading to mistakes or missed opportunities. Certain brain disorders can significantly impact behavior. Conditions like ADHD, depression, or schizophrenia alter how the brain processes information and responds to the world. Understanding these disorders helps us support those affected and develop effective treatments. Hormones are chemical messengers that travel through the bloodstream, influencing brain activity and behavior. For example, adrenaline prepares the body for action, while oxytocin promotes bonding and trust. Hormonal changes can affect mood, motivation, and even risk-taking behaviors. Sensation is the process of detecting stimuli, while perception is how the brain interprets these signals. Our senses gather information from the environment and the brain makes sense of it, shaping our behaviors. For example, a loud noise might make us jump, while a pleasant smell can trigger happy memories. Language is a uniquely human behavior, supported by specialized brain regions like Broca's and Wernicke's areas. These regions allow us to produce and understand speech, communicate ideas, and connect with others. Language development is closely tied to brain growth and social interaction. Motor skills involve the coordination of muscles and brain signals to produce movement. The motor cortex, cerebellum, and basal ganglia all play roles in controlling voluntary actions. From walking to writing, these brain regions work together to ensure smooth and purposeful movements. Pain is both a physical and emotional experience processed by the brain. It serves as a warning signal, prompting us to avoid harm. The brain interprets pain signals and can even amplify or reduce the sensation based on context and past experiences. Our behaviors often change to minimize pain and seek comfort. Addiction is a condition where the brain's reward system becomes hijacked by substances or behaviors. Repeated exposure to addictive substances changes brain chemistry, making it harder to resist cravings. Understanding the brain's role in addiction helps explain why overcoming it can be so challenging. Personality traits like openness, conscientiousness, and extroversion are linked to patterns of brain activity. While genetics play a role, life experiences and environment also shape personality. The brain's structure and function help explain why people have unique ways of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Moral decisions involve complex brain processes that weigh right and wrong. The prefrontal cortex and limbic system work together to balance logic and emotion. Our upbringing, culture, and personal values all influence how we make ethical choices, reflecting the deep connection between brain and behavior. Creativity involves generating new ideas and solutions. The brain's default mode network, along with the frontal and parietal lobes, play key roles in creative thinking. Engaging in creative activities can strengthen these brain connections, leading to more innovative behaviors. Every experience we have shapes our brains and behaviors. Positive experiences can build resilience and confidence, while negative ones may lead to caution or fear. The brain is constantly adapting, using experiences to refine how we respond to the world. Culture provides the context for many of our behaviors. It shapes our values, beliefs, and social norms, all of which are reflected in brain activity. Cultural differences can lead to unique patterns of thinking and acting, highlighting the diversity of brain behavior relationships. Modern technology is changing the way our brains process information and interact with the world. From smartphones to social media, these tools can influence attention, memory, and even social behaviors. Understanding the impact of technology helps us use it in ways that support healthy brain function. As we age, our brains undergo changes that can affect behavior. Some cognitive abilities may decline, but experience and wisdom often increase. Staying mentally and physically active helps maintain brain health and supports positive behaviors throughout life. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from challenges. The brain supports resilience by adapting to stress and learning from setbacks. Positive relationships, coping skills, and a growth mindset all strengthen resilience, leading to healthier behaviors in the face of adversity. Mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment. Research shows that mindfulness can change brain activity, reducing stress and improving emotional regulation. Practicing mindfulness supports better decision-making and more thoughtful behaviors. Beliefs shape how we interpret the world and guide our actions. The brain's interpretation of events is influenced by what we believe to be true. Positive beliefs can motivate us, while negative beliefs may hold us back. Changing our beliefs can lead to new behaviors and outcomes. Advances in neuroscience are revealing more about how the brain shapes behavior. New technologies like brain imaging and artificial intelligence are helping scientists understand these complex relationships. The future holds exciting possibilities for improving mental health and enhancing human potential. We've covered how the brain's structure, chemistry, and experiences all contribute to shaping behavior. From genetics to environment, and from emotions to decision-making, the brain-behavior relationship is complex and dynamic. Understanding these connections helps us appreciate the uniqueness of every individual. In conclusion, the relationship between the brain and behavior is at the heart of what makes us human. By understanding how our brains work, we can make better choices, build stronger relationships, and improve our well-being. The journey of exploring brain behavior connections is ongoing, offering endless opportunities for growth and discovery.